Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of What's Steve Cooking. And tonight we are making creamy lemon herb pork chops with balsamic glazed Brussels sprouts and carrots. And it kind of looks like that. So I've got all my tools of the trade spread out here. I got the cookie sheet that I'm going to put my vegetables on. I have some scissors. I have my trusty tongs, garlic press, a couple knives. I've already pre-mixed some of the things we're going to do. I pre-mixed the chicken stock with the water. I have my salt and pepper. I have a couple of pork chops here that are ready. And you just add some seasoning on those, some oil. I pre-cut the carrots. I've already washed and trimmed them all and cut them into diagonal slices. I'm going to do the Brussels sprouts right now. I'm going to cut them in half. I've already pretty much set those up. I just got to cut them in half and then put them in some oil so that they go right into the oven. I don't know if you've ever had roasted Brussels sprouts, but they're delicious, especially balsamic ones. I don't know. Maybe some of you remember when you were a kid, maybe you didn't like Brussels sprouts. I know I didn't. When I was young, I didn't like Brussels sprouts at all. But there's a lot of things you end up liking when you get older. So we're going to put the carrots and the Brussels sprouts in a bag here so we can get some oil on them. Little drizzle of oil. And shake those up, get that all spread around on there. Then we're going to put them on the pan. Spread them out a little bit, get some of these extra pieces off of there. Yeah, just spread those around a little bit, get them nice single layer. And we're going to do some salt and pepper. And I believe I put some Italian seasoning on them, yep. A little salt, a little pepper. A little salt. And I give you a little bag of Italian seasoning here to go on your vegetables. You know, I think cooking is like life in a way. I think the more you do of it, the more you try, the better you get. I know that I'm kind of at the point now where a lot of times it's just, everything's kind of like by feel. So I know what a certain measurement feels like. I know what a certain length of time feels like. I know what a certain, doneness looks like and feels like. So right now we're going to put these vegetables in the oven that's been preheated to 450. And we're going to set the timer. Set the timer for 20 minutes. It actually wants a little more, but I usually set it at the minimum so that I don't go overcook them. Boom, medicine. Yeah, so while those are cooking, we will prepare. What's next? Oh, got to get ready to prepare the meat. So we're going to use the rest of the Italian seasoning on these nice big plump pork chops. I've already salt and peppered them, so we're going to add the Italian seasoning. I'm going to push that in really well. Do both sides. And we're going to put these into, I have a cast iron skillet. They say use a non-stick. I prefer cast iron over non-stick, but we'll get those on here in just a second. Okay, let's try this again. The vegetables have been cooking for about 15 minutes, so they're going to be done here shortly. So now we're going to go put our pork chops in the hot skillet. Things preheated, so it should be nice. Oh yeah, very nice. Should cook very nicely. So we'll let those get a nice little sear on them. You know, as you can see, I'm in my socks, not wearing the shoes. If you're going to cook, you might as well be comfortable. And again, this is cooking in ghee, not oil. I really like ghee a lot better than seed oils. Turn this up a little bit, get this nice and hot. Oh, that Italian dressing smells really good when it's cooking. Very nice smell. Okay. Anything I'm forgetting? No. Right after the meat's done, we will make the nice sauce that's going to go on these. It's going to be delicious. While I'm waiting, I have a little medicine. You know that sometimes you wonder, why do you cook with why do you use a recipe? And whether you cook from memory or you're cooking off of a, using the recipe off of a piece of paper or something that someone's given you, it's all the same. If you're cooking it from memory, you're using a recipe. Because if you're going to make a cake, you're not just going to go use random ingredients. You're going to use what you know in your head that makes your cake, or you're going to use something that's written down and you're going to follow those instructions on how to do that cake. So, whether you're using recipe or not, it doesn't matter. What you're doing when you're cooking, you're just creating that nice dish. Pork chop's looking good. Okay. Okay, now we're going to make the sauce that we're going to put on top of our pork chops. So I have about a third of a cup water with the chicken stock in here. We're going to add that to the pan. Well, actually, what we're going to do first, which I almost forgot, I'm going to cook up some garlic first. Put a little garlic in the oil here. Get that going. Let that cook for a minute or two, just to kind of get it nice and fragrant. Vegetables are delicious. You guys are going to add the is going to take all those little pork chop bits and kind of incorporate that into the sauce. We've added the water and the concentrate, and now we're going to add the cream cheese and a squeeze of lemon. And cream cheese. A little squeeze of lemon juice. Get my stir stick. Mix this up. Get all those little pieces of cream cheese broken up so it makes it nice and creamy. And while that simmers a little bit, we're going to take the vegetables out. Put the meat over here on this. It's looking nice and creamy. Okay, now we're going to put the vegetables in a nice big bowl, because we're basically going to mix this with some balsamic glaze. I'm going to add about half the glaze. I'm going to mix these up. Oh. Of course, we have to sample, see what it tastes like. Add a little more glaze. Try another one. Oh, very nice. So now we're going to finish the sauce. We're going to add the last thing to it, which is basically the creme fraiche. And also a little bit of butter. Uh-oh. Had an escapee. One thing when using cast iron, it's all hot. It's always hot. Handle's hot, everything's hot. There we go. Mix that around really good. And then we're going to add a big, as I said before, dollop, whatever the dollop is. Nice big dollop of butter. That looks very good. That is just super creamy. Let me get a spoon and have a little taste. Bring it over here. Can you see that? Look at that. It's delicious. Oh my God, that's delicious. I can hardly wait to eat it. And sprinkle a little lemon zest on these vegetables. Then we're going to bring the meat over. It's been resting for a little bit. And we'll get a plate. Yeah, let's see what that, how did they cut their meat up? Okay, sliced it. Let's do it one in the middle. Put this on the plate. Oops, escapee there. Little vegetables arranged artistically. Now add a little bit of the sauce and then And as they say, my plate's really big, but there you go. Pretty close. Let's put it on a smaller plate next time. Okay, as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.